Look, if I look really depressed the entire time. I don't know.
He just looks really forced. Okay.
Is the real life? Is this just fantasy?
Hey guys, we're about to go see Suicide Squad. No. We're about to go see Suicide Squad. I'm nervous, and after we see it, we're gonna give you guys our thoughts and review it. And it's gonna be really low quality, just like this video right now. I'm sure you can hear the windshield wipers. I don't know why they're on, because we're not driving, but it's raining. Also, the air is on, and it's not good lighting at all, but we're doing it anyway.
Now,
we're bringing this content to your eyeballs.
Those are some nice eyeballs. So, are you nervous because we watched Batman vs. Superman last night for the first time, and it was, like, boring? We tried to watch Batman vs. Superman for 2 nights. 2 nights. The first night, I didn't get past the first 10 minutes before I fell asleep. So she had to turn it off. Then the second night, we went until like an hour and 10-minute mark in the movie.
Yeah. And then we're like, we need ice cream.
Yeah, we need ice cream. So we ate the ice cream, came back home, and did not finish the movie.
Yeah.
Just decided, better things to do, like, I don't know.
Yeah, it just felt like this endless build-up. To like get to this, like, I know the battle at the end is gonna be like epic, but like it's such a build up. Like I like talking scenes and stuff like that. Like I don't need action. The pacing was just off and it totally ruined it. A lot of pressure on this movie because we love DC villains. Like DC villains, I mean I do. DC villains are the best.
I just know Batman's villains pretty much.
Well, yeah, I guess that's kind of what I mean. I don't know a lot of other DC villains, but like Batman villains are the best. Like we love the Joker. I love Harley Quinn. Like obviously.
Well, you know, there's gonna be like nerds under the videos like, you can't say who has the best villains because you don't read the comics. All you know is Batman.
Yeah, but you read the comics, just not all of them.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, you know, there's gonna be the nerds out there that's complaining about the fact that you don't read the comics, so you don't have say-so on who has the best villains.
Haters gonna hate.
Okay, let's watch the movie.
See you guys in a little bit.
Oh, I'm tired. I also have to pee, and I'm hungry.
Oh my god, Zach, you're a child. You're like a
I'm
child.
not a child. I'm a human being.
You're a human being.
I'm a healthy man.
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? We just saw Suicide Squad. What are your immediate thoughts?
I would say don't go by the critics' ratings. I wouldn't say go into this with high expectations, but go into it low. Don't expect to watch a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Cause
that's the immediate comparison that we all have.
Yeah.
As Marvel and DC fans.
Yeah. Don't go into it expecting. Well, the action. I'd say the action is about what, but as far as the story goes, and don't worry about it.
Yeah, the writing, similar thing. Like the writing isn't as good as a Marvel movie, I'd say. Like the jokes and stuff, like some of them were really good and some of them were just like, what? And kind of cheesy. There's like a fine line between like badass and cheesy. You know what I mean? It's easy to get cheesy with like superhero lines. You know what I mean? And
one thing I can say about one of the characters, Killer Croc, I didn't expect him to.
Is this a spoiler?
Not really.
Okay, go ahead.
Killer Croc is like, he's basically a black dude. But like I've never saw Killer Croc's. I've never read his origin.
Yeah,
so,
I don't know his origin story either.
Like at first I'm just like, why do him and Diablo click so much? But then it's just like, once he started talking, I'm just like, oh, he's the black guy. They're both from the hood.
Yeah.
That's why they click so much.
Yeah. Yeah. I have to say, like, so Harley Quinn was kind of a big deal for me in the way that they portrayed her, because I've seen some portrayals of Harley Quinn that are just like really not what I like at all, and really just not on point with her character. I feel like it didn't like hit the mark exactly, but it was like pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, I enjoyed her character. I enjoyed the way they portrayed her. She was still badass and could kind of like handle her own in the situation.
Yeah, it's
for sure.
The sexism allegations or whatever.
Yeah, there was a
Like,
couple
I
sexism
did,
and
like,
racist claims.
Well, for me, it's like when they first showed Harley in the club with the Joker and he's having that meeting, I'm just like, okay, I see where people are coming from with the sexism, but like after that scene, it was completely fine.
Yeah, I think they went a little overboard. Like, the first scene, this is kind of, it's not a big spoiler, really, but she's like changing.
I mean, it's the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Less than.
Yeah, but she's like changing into her costume. Like, there's a point where everybody stops and is looking at her. It's like men and women. Like, I was surprised it was like a woman was stopping and looking, and then she's like, what? And then everybody keeps walking.
Well,
and
she
I was
is
like,
changing
okay,
right in the middle of everybody.
Yeah, and she's obviously attractive, but then like the same thing happens again, and I was like, is this supposed to be like a Harley Quinn is attractive thing? Like, we're just looking at her body, or is it like a something else? But I didn't really see it as sexist.
That one time,
the elevator.
Oh no, that doesn't count, because remember they caught up with her, and so they're like wondering like, where are you, like, what are you doing, where are you going? And
Yeah,
that's
and
why
they held their guns up, and then she's just like, what? And like she just walked away, but then like everybody turned to look at her ass. So I was like, is this a sexual thing? Is it not?
No.
They were just supposed to be shocked.
I think you viewed that wrong.
No, I'm not saying that was sexist. Like, if it was meant like that, I was like looking for it. I was looking for why people thought the movie was sexist.
Yeah, in that scene, they weren't all looking at her ass when she walked past. Like, she literally just left the team. They caught up to her, and then she just like walks past them like she didn't just try to leave everybody. They weren't looking at her ass. They were like wondering like, what the fuck is she doing?
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Yeah. So, but I could see like, I guess, that sort of thing. Like, I couldn't see how else sexism would be involved outside of like Harley Quinn, because she's the chick. I could see the racism. I could see why people said stuff about racism. At the same time, like, the one, like, racist, like, Mexican comments that were made were by an asshole prison guard, right? And it was, like, understood that he was just an asshole. You know what I mean? So it was just, like, I don't think it was intended to be, like, this is a good idea or a good thing. You know what I mean?
And also, people are, like, going to, like, oh, it's so racist and everything. It's like, you're dealing with bad guys. Like, they're gonna talk to each other in ways we in normal society don't talk. You're not going to watch good guys. You're going to watch criminals.
Right, exactly.
You know? So
yeah, like, I guess we're romanticizing them, and I guess that's still like an argument. Like, we're making it. We like it. We like how badass they are. You know what I mean? But
then again, there's an argument there too, because the reason they have screen time, the reason they have this movie is because we love these villains. Minor spoiler, more toward the ending act, all these characters seem like good people who just ended up in they just handled things that went in their life badly.
Right.
You know, or they were dealt a bad hand. Like, I felt like Diablo could have been, and still could be, just according to the movies, not the comics, a good guy.
Yeah, no, but, he could have. I didn't even view him as a villain at all. You know what I mean? Like, apparently, like, before that, it seemed like he was in the backstory that they went with. You know what I mean? But, like, at that point, like, he didn't want to do anything. He didn't want to hurt anyone.
After he did that one killing.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna go into spoilers at this point, so if you don't want to see spoilers, bye. See you later.
When El Diablo kills his family, he's just like, okay, like, he finally came to turn to, like, I'm fucked up.
He, like, for, like, the first, like, a good portion of the movie, he just never, like, tried to be violent at all. You know what I mean? I don't really want to talk too much anymore about, like, the racism and sexism thing, because I don't feel like there was enough in there to call it like racist / sexist. Or there were like one or two things that were like, this didn't really need to be in here. Could have been portrayed a little bit better, but overall it didn't like, it's not like the standout quality of the movie.
As far as Joker and Harley Quinn goes, I think I liked that when Harley Quinn was getting dressed, or when they gave her clothes, there was that nod to the classic outfit. Like, that's the first outfit she pulls out.
And she's just like, it was like it was like the classic comic book cartoon outfit where it's like, and they show one scene, they do like a fair amount of backstory, which I liked, you know what I mean, for everything. It wasn't like a ton, but they just showed like a quick scene and it went with the pacing of the movie, which I really liked. But it showed her in that costume one time and I was like, hey.
Yeah, but I didn't really like when they did that, when they showed her in the costume, because I'm just like, you could have done better with that costume. Like,
I wasn't really, it was so quick, I wasn't really paying attention to it. Like, I was just like, oh, it's just like...
Yeah, like it wasn't like completely, it was on her head, but like, you can see like her hair and everything, and it was kind of just like, oh, I'm wearing this, just quickly throw it on, in my opinion. So it's just like, you could have like did like a bigger nod and just made them wear it perfectly. Yeah. Because you see cosplayers do it all the time.
Yeah.
Then Joker was wearing like the outfit he should be wearing for that one snippet. But the big thing for me going into the movie was Jared Leto's Joker. That's a big thing for, I think, everybody. And I mean, if you're watching people talk about Suicide Squad, they've already mentioned that he doesn't have a big part. He has a very small part. I kind of like that. I like that they didn't stick to the Joker everybody knows. I like the fact that he still had the Joker kind of voice.
Psychotic and crazy.
I also like the fact that this Joker was a mob boss. Because they did that with that Joker, it made Harley Quinn's outfit much better to accept for me. Because when I was seeing the trailers, it wasn't like, when everybody was like going crazy about how hot Margot Robbie is, and I'm just like, Margot Robbie doesn't have a big ass. She's not. It doesn't even look like she does squats. So let's calm down on that.
I thought her ass looked cute. I thought it was cute.
I'm not saying it does. It doesn't. She has a cute little ass, but like the way people were like blowing it up, it's just like, calm down, guys. Yeah. Because I can see in a trailer, for some people who watch a trailer, it seemed like her ass is bigger than it actually is. Yeah. But
I didn't really see people's reaction to it. I thought she was a good Harley Quinn. How do we feel about like the portrayal of their relationship and like the scene with like, what was that, wax that they like dived into? How do we feel about that?
The thing is, that's not wax.
What is it?
In this movie, that's acid. Cause the camera pans down, and after she jumps in, the camera pans down to the side, and it reads. It's like washed. It's kind of washed off, but it reads acid. I'm just like,
it looks like wax.
Yeah, it does. I'm like, how the fuck are these
looks like
two
hot
people?
Wax.
Just like they're like, and then what makes it worse is that you see the steam coming from this. They're just in there, just like making out in it.
Yeah.
What are you doing? This stuff is damaging your skin and burned off most of your clothes. Why are you making out in it? Like, why is that not a problem?
Yeah, it was a little weird. But I mean, I guess you can expect that from their relationship.
True.
You know?
But another thing is like, I feel what the director was doing when it came to like showing the colors in the acid. But where did the red and blue come from? Did it come from their shirts?
Yeah, I think it must have came from like their clothing or maybe like the Joker's makeup. Like, I don't know. Because she wasn't wearing makeup, really. And, like, he was.
But I mean, what I mean when I say the colors, I mean, like, the shades of the colors. Like, he was wearing a darker red and she was wearing a more washed out blue shirt. But when they showed the colors,
they're like hella vibrant.
Like these bold, vibrant colors. It's like, where did you get this from? I felt like they portrayed the relationship between Harley Quinn and the Joker pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean,
you definitely have that like really like sort of psycho abusive aspect, you know what I mean?
As it should be.
Yeah, that's exactly how it is. Like, I'm not saying, oh, we like that. It's just, it is what the story is.
You know
what I mean?
I feel like if you have to explain that to somebody watching the video, they shouldn't be watching the video. You shouldn't have to explain that, you know?
I felt like Will Smith was good as Deadshot. I feel like I've never been disappointed really in Will Smith's acting job. I felt like it was really good.
I was actually, because, you know, before we went into the movie, I said Will Smith didn't seem like the greatest choice for Deadshot.
Right.
I have to give it to Will Smith. He probably had the best part in the film.
You think so?
I think he had the best part in the film because, like, there was another YouTuber I was watching this morning. I was looking at his review because he went to the midnight release. I don't know, maybe I'll find it and we'll link it. But he said that Will Smith has that way of acting to where, like, he can say something seriously and it just comes off as funny. He just has that natural talent for doing that.
Yeah.
And throughout the entire movie, almost everything he said as Deadshot was funny.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
Viola Davis as Amanda Waller? I don't know what the last name.
Yeah, I think you said it right.
But she was alright.
Yeah, she was good.
I felt like it wasn't particularly one of her stronger roles.
Well, I haven't seen her in How to Get Away with Murder or anything, so I don't know. I know that's why she got this part, but I don't know, like, her other acting. I've seen her in, like, in small parts in, like, a few things, so I don't really feel like I'm good to comment on that, but I thought her acting was good in this. I didn't think it was bad at all. Most of the acting was pretty good. I would say the little girl who plays Deadshot's daughter, not a great actress, but I'll cut her some slack because she's a little girl, you know?
Yeah, she's just playing the child part.
Yeah.
Like the first part where she's crying, when you first see her and everything, it's like,
yeah.
It's like, okay, they got a little girl to play this part.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move along. But I can say that the hallucination part when he's about to take the shot.
Oh, yeah.
And when Deadshot is visiting her, those were both
better.
Those were way better.
Yeah.
Like, they're just like, we're not going to reshoot that first one because of budget.
Yeah.
But you're going to have to get the next two, right? Maybe that was part of the reshoots they did. Like, they're just like, okay, we need this little girl to do better than this. So they just put it for the reshoots.
Yeah.
I liked how funny Harley Quinn was because she didn't shut up, and that's on point.
True. Yeah. She was great.
I can't really comment on all the other characters because I don't really.
Yeah,
they didn't do a great job of portraying their backgrounds.
I actually have never heard of Katana. But I enjoyed her as a part of the movie. Like, I thought it was good. I'm interested to see where they're gonna go from here because they went sort of like, okay, Batman vs Superman to this, which is a lot better, but it's like a totally different direction. So are they gonna run with the whole villain thing and like keep following the Joker and stuff like that? Because that's what I would like to see. I don't really need to see another Superman movie. Well, obviously he's dead, but
he's not dead.
Oh, I thought that's who they were burying.
No, he's not dead. They weren't when the guy was. We probably have to just finish.
Should have probably finished watching Batman vs Superman. But,
it's just so boring.
But anyway, like I'm interested to see where they go from here. I'd like to see like a Batman. Well, I know they've done a lot of Batman movies, but I really feel like it's like the best like DC thing to run with. You know what I mean? I'd like to see more of the Joker as he is portrayed in this movie. You know what I mean?
Batman. Ben Affleck is Batman. I have to be 100% honest.
Go.
It's fucking terrible. I do not like Ben Affleck as Batman. Like after seeing half of Batman vs Superman, which we'll most likely finish it tomorrow in the middle of the day, so we don't fall asleep on it. We've already seen half of it, right?
Right.
And I'm just like...
More than half. We just didn't get to finish it. No, half.
No, it's half.
Oh my god, it's such a long movie.
Yeah. And so, like...
Oh goodness.
I'm like, okay, this is boring.
Yeah.
Him in the suit is fine. Him being Bruce Wayne is like fucking terrible. I hate it. Cause like in the...
You think he's not portraying him well, or is
he's not? I don't think he's portraying him well at all.
Really?
Like I can.
And
get
you
past
feel
him.
different now after that last scene earlier this morning. You felt like he was doing okay.
He was like I felt like he was doing okay in context of Batman vs Superman and what we've seen so far. I feel like he was doing okay, but then after
There was one scene at the end that Batman was in. He was in a couple scenes, you know what I mean? Like, and then there was one where he was Bruce Wayne at the end.
I get that Batman is old, right? In these movies. In this part of Batman's career, he's old. You know, he's not in his prime, whatever. It's time somebody else take up the mantle. I don't like seeing it in the movie. Because, like, in the comic book, most things are implied, right? But it's just like, in the movie, it's like, oh, this is Batman. When he's fighting in front of the camera, he's a little bit slow. But when he's hanging on a fucking wall, he crawls across it like a goddamn spider. Like, what kind of shit is that? You can move that fast across the ceiling, but when you're fighting, you're a bit slow on uptake? Like,
yeah.
No, I don't like it. But, I mean, although when he was working on Batman vs. Superman, whew.
Damn, he had some pecs.
Those abs stuff. Yeah. But anyway, I did like the fact that they gave you a little bit of a. They went Marvel route and gave you a credit at the end.
There's an end credit scene. It was good. Like, it made me excited for what they're gonna do next. Obviously, we've heard that one dude who I don't know the name of from Game of Thrones is gonna be what, like Aquaman or something?
Jason Momoa.
Okay, just want to make sure I had that right. And that was like cool and exciting. Like, we love him. So, final thoughts. I wouldn't say like this is as good as a Marvel movie, but that's not really what matters to me. I want them to go their own direction. Like DC, I want them to go their own direction with the characters. The comic books are obviously great. Like, you have something great to go off of, so run with it. Like, just don't like try to be like Marvel. Obviously you want success like that, but you don't have to go the same route that they do. Like, DC has such better villains to run with. It can create a much better story. So that's kind of my final thoughts. I thought it was really good. And I thought, like, it's worth watching, you know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure it's gonna do pretty well. Critics reviews, like they're not DC fans, obviously. So, you know what I mean? I would say it's worth a watch. I wouldn't say, oh, you need to go see it in theaters. Like, right now, you can wait until it comes out on DVD or whatever, and it's not going to be the end of the world, but I'd say definitely see it at some point if you want to follow the universe.
You don't have to see it in theaters unless you go see it unless you make it an expensive viewing. Because being in the small theater we were in with those D-box seats and that loud booming sound system.
Yeah, it was really good.
I mean, Will Smith's punching the punching bag in a cell and you just like feel every hit.
Yeah, they had really incredible. Good sound in that theater.
If you're gonna see the movie, even if you don't want to spend like $15 for one person, at least see it in a theater with some nice sound. Other than that, you can wait on it. The movie was great.
How do you feel like as a DC fan?
Satisfied. Okay, let me retract that. As a DC fan that went into it with low expectations, my expectations were crushed. It made me very excited for what's to come next.
Right, yeah, that's kind of how I feel.
If there's one movie you should watch, well, you don't even have to watch it, but if there's one DC movie that you would watch before this, it would be Man of Steel. Like, Superman has nothing to do with this movie besides the fact that he's not here.
Yeah.
In the film.
Like, but comparing it to other, like, DC movies, like,
yeah,
that's one that it's, like, pretty good.
I would say this is better.
I would say this is definitely better than Man of Steel. It's a mile better than Batman vs. Superman. Oh, although I probably shouldn't make my final judgment on it yet, because we haven't seen the whole thing, but I think it's going to be better. So,
if I'm being an optimistic fan, this movie is DC's Iron Man.
Yeah.
Because Iron Man started Marvel down the track to greatness.
Right, exactly.
So, I feel like this movie was awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I feel like it was money well spent.
Right.
I feel like I didn't waste my money seeing it.
Yeah. I feel like now my expectations are raised for the next DC movie, but I think they're going to do well. Sorry, there's like noises. But for me, like, they knocked it out of the park and they went their own way. Like, this is not a movie that Marvel would put out by any like way of like anything, but it was awesome, right? So like I can only see it getting better from here, and that's what I'm really hoping it will be. Also, soundtrack is amazing. is so good. The music is so good. And like the little...
We're going to listen to it on the way home.
Yeah, we are. And the little cartoony parts in the movie also really cool. Just like some little things like that was like...
Cartoony parts?
Yeah, like the fonts and everything. Like I would say like the style and the cinematography just was like really good. I'm not like a filmmaker, but I thought it was really cool, like the way that they did the style and the way that they introduced each character and like the soundtrack and everything. I mean, I think that along with like the badassery and the wittiness really like made the movie for me. You know what I mean? Like the action was good, but they needed something more, and I really think like that was it. So overall, I would recommend it. One more question for you, Zach. You've always been a huge fan of Heath Ledger's Joker.
How does it stack up? Wow, okay. Heath Ledger's Joker is still the best. He's still top tier to me. But I feel like Jared Leto did an awesome job since they went with the more mob Joker and the way more psychotically damaged Joker. So he did a very good job in the Joker that they wanted to portray.
Right.
Like he did an amazing job in the Joker they wanted to portray. I mean, they put him in a jury, the suit, and he's permanently dyed white with like tattoos everywhere. I felt like the direction he took was perfect. The thing is, I don't want to pass judgment on like if he is what with Heath Ledger's Joker or better, because Heath Ledger's Joker had a movie. Jared Leto's Joker is just like
he had a good portion in it, but he wasn't.
He didn't have good enough.
The main character, right?
Yeah, like
yeah.
He had enough to where you're like, okay, I know what they're aiming for with this Joker.
Right.
But he didn't have enough to where it's like, okay, I know this Joker. I know how I feel about this. Like right now, it's like I feel like his personality's amazing as far as Jokers go, but I haven't seen him enough to pass judgment on whether or not I like or hate him when compared to other Jokers.
Right. Yeah, I think he did a really good job, and I hope, like, I want to see how this Joker is in other situations, because really his only like connection to the story is his relationship with Harley. I'd like to see I'd like to see how it is like the Joker as a villain, because you really don't see him do anything that's
in this one it's just
surprising
like, oh my god, I'm so in love with Harley Quinn.
And he goes to save her and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, every time he sees Joker, he's chasing after Harley Quinn. Yeah. But except in the very beginning where they're just, like, establishing their relationship.
Right. And then, like, the scenes, like, the flashback scene and everything like that. You know what I mean? But it wasn't really enough to see, like, how does he interact with, like, Batman. I'm waiting for a movie with her, about her lesbian relationship with,
Poison Ivy.
Poison Ivy. That's my movie. I'm there. I will pay $100 to see that movie. Like, that's what I'm waiting for. I know it's never gonna happen, but anyway.
That movie better be a porn if you're paying $100.
I would pay to see it. Also, would be in it. Like that's my like thing for porn. That's the only reason I would ever do it. Anyway, it's getting a little too personal.
Brazzers. Or,
sponsor us.
Or Pixel Vixens.
What? I've never heard of that.
Don't worry about it.
Anyway, that's our thoughts on Suicide Squad.
That's our squad on Suicide. And that's the Quinn on Harley.
No. That's our 2 cents. If you saw
that's our 2 cents?
Yeah, that's our 2 cents.
That's what you want to say?
That's our opinion. This is our post on the internet.
Oh, you can say something cooler than that.
No, this is fine.
Say something like metaphorically that
I don't know.
Goes like towards Suicide Squad.
It's hella hot in here and I'm hungry and you have to pee.
So that's our acid drop.
If you saw Suicide Squad, let me know what you think down below. Are we crazy? Like, is there actually sexist and racist stuff in there? And what did you think about everything else in the movie?
There's actually sexist and racist stuff in there. Like, it's not a wonder, but if you want to talk about it.
Yeah, like, are we looking at it wrong? Is it actually terrible? Please educate us. So, let us know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching. No, we're not doing it.
You always want to take my parts out.